It's been a week now that I've had the Cubiko, and I've already used it to make some potential marketplace items. But since I've gotten it, I've been wondering, can this thing cut metal? I use my 3020 Pro Ultra for that currently, and it just gets everywhere each time. If I could cut metal on the Cubiko, its self-contained hood would keep it in, and I could actually make some parts without spending most of the time cleaning and pushing air into it. First, I need to add some air, because I'm not going to be there holding the hose and I want to keep the hood on. It's easy to remove it and press down the security switch, but I have two other CNCs to do that. I want to keep this one like this, with the hood on. In the back of the cubicle there's a hole to pass the air to, because this machine is compatible with a laser head, but that's not what I want to do. I have plenty of nice laser engravers in here. I want to use the Genmitsu air pump, which is meant for laser engravers, but pass it in there, print a tip to concentrate its airflow, and point it at the bit, which should be enough to clear aluminum chips. All done and installed, this moves left to right easily, the hood shuts, I think it's ready to go. Now I've seen a review of the Cubiko where the reviewer cut a wrench out of it, but it took a long time and the results were not too smooth. I think this machine can do better from what I saw during my hardwood tests, so let's design a part and get it going. One problem I had with this machine is with its two clamps. Sometimes more irregular shaped pieces of wood have slipped out on me during the start of the jobs. This can be solved with 3 to 4 clamps, but would make setup take a lot longer and there's not a ton of space. I can fix it with the L bracket in the corner, which replaces 2 clamps, and the 2 current clamps I have will have a much easier job to hold any materials in place. I'm designing this part in MailMage, the app that Lightbird team made to do CNC work. So far I like it. It has some bugs, feels a little early in development, but it's keeping CNC work in 2D, which works for most jobs. I like it a lot. It didn't take too much time to get this part done and the G-code files ready to go. Right away I'm pretty excited. The bit didn't break. My settings are something I wasn't too sure with, but they seem to work. I went with 500 millimeters a minute at 0.1 millimeters deep. I have 100% overlap as I'm boring for the holes, and next will just be a cut. There's no surfacing, so no overlap. These holes look super clean and it's taking no time. My bit is the 1/8 inch flat bit from Genmitsu. I've broken a few trying aluminum on the 3020 Pro Ultra months ago, but I realized my problem was going too slow, which made the aluminum sticky. The bits would break and just stick in place upright. By going faster and taking more chips, you solve that problem and make nice big chips instead of sticky dust. So far, so good. The edges seem nice and smooth. All done, I'm super excited to get this finalized, installed, and get right to cutting a second aluminum part, with now a much more firm hold thanks to this L bracket. I use this saw to cut the little tabs because I can easily slip the blade in. Alright, now the scary moment, seeing if this machine is precise, if the holes line up with the spoil board. They do, But the next project will test this precision a lot more. Let's make a wrench like the review I was talking about earlier, but I'll make mine at 10 millimeters and then we'll check its size with the calipers, see if this machine can do precision work. I want to use what little materials I have left on this piece, as the other side has a bunch of test cuts that I did when I started working aluminum. To do that, I'll design a short wrench from a SVG I found online. I did the modifications right in Milmage. Its design features are pretty basic, but they get the job done. Now, installing this piece of aluminum, I definitely see way more form even before adding clamps. This is going to be perfect for projects that use tape, which made them tend to slide off from the small clamps from being a little less firm from the tape. I can't wait to use this on wood again with the air pump. I think I'll get better results as I have no intentions to add a vacuum to this. The hood stays on. I did this job in 2 steps as well, but made the tabs a little smaller. As you can see, I should have kept the tabs a little bigger. That part came flying off. Thanks to the hood, it stopped, but I don't think it was coming that hard. Still though, I preferred that not to happen, it could have broken the bit. Next time I'll use tape or bigger tabs. For the second cut, all is going great, but as you can see towards the end, it broke off because of the small tabs too. This is to no fault of the machine. Stuff goes flying if not tabbed properly or taped down. It's the nature of CNC jobs. The cut is going great. I can't wait to see if the wrench is exactly 10 millimeters as expected. This wrench is super cute and I'm excited to say the Cubiko can indeed cut aluminum. Let's check if it's precise though. 10 millimeters on the dot. That's pretty awesome. That means the Cubiko is at least precise enough for this. I love this little machine. It has its place in the G-Code corner, and if you want to see more of this, please like and subscribe. This is my new channel, all dedicated to CNCs, lasers, and other more techie builds that don't fit as well on Mad Builds, my woodworking channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.